Imagine a hamster endlessly running on its wheel, chasing something it will never catch. Sounds frustrating, doesn't it? Yet this is how many of us live our lives, according to philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer. In our society, we are conditioned to equate happiness with success, wealth, and consumerism. We're taught to believe that the key to joy lies in achieving more, buying more, and being more. Yet, how often have we reached a long-sought milestone only to find ourselves still feeling unfulfilled? The new car, the promotion, the perfect relationship, all these things we thought would make us happy. Yet the satisfaction they bring is often fleeting, quickly replaced by the desire for the next big thing. This phenomenon, the endless cycle of desire and dissatisfaction, is known as the hedonic treadmill. Like a hamster on a wheel, we keep running, keep chasing, but never truly reach our destination. Each fulfilled desire simply gives rise to a new one, leaving lasting happiness always just out of reach. Underlying this treadmill is what Schopenhauer calls our will, an unconscious drive that perpetuates our desires, our frustrations, and ultimately our suffering. Unchecked, this will can control us, steering us towards an endless pursuit of external validation and away from internal clarity. Yet, what if this pursuit is misguided? What if our chase for happiness is actually leading us away from it, not towards it? Just as a hamster on a wheel will never catch what it's chasing, perhaps we're running after an illusion, a mirage of happiness that will always remain just beyond our grasp. As we delve deeper into Schopenhauer's philosophy, we'll explore the possibility that true fulfillment lies not in the pursuit of more, but in the understanding and transcendence of our desires. We'll consider the idea that perhaps real happiness comes from needing less, not getting more. In this relentless pursuit of happiness, are we not all like the hamster on its wheel? Arthur Schopenhauer, a German philosopher, offers a different perspective on this pursuit of happiness. A central figure in 19th century philosophy, Schopenhauer proposed a thought-provoking theory that human life is driven by an insatiable will. This will, he argued, is a ceaseless force that propels us toward endless desires, which are ultimately unfulfillable. Schopenhauer's philosophy suggests that our will is like a puppet master, pulling the strings of our desires and actions, often without our conscious awareness. We crave, we strive, we achieve, and yet the satisfaction is fleeting. No sooner have we obtained one desire, a new one springs forth. It's an endless cycle that leaves us in a state of perpetual dissatisfaction. This is what Schopenhauer referred to as the will-driven nature of life. But what about our achievements? Surely they bring us happiness. Well, not according to Schopenhauer. He argued that our achievements rarely provide long-term happiness due to a concept he called psychological impact bias. We tend to overestimate the impact of future events on our emotional state. We think that if we achieve a certain goal, it will bring us lasting happiness. But the truth is, once we reach that goal, our happiness levels quickly return to their baseline. The joy of achievement is temporary, and soon a new desire takes its place, restarting the cycle of striving and dissatisfaction. Schopenhauer's philosophy invites us to question our relentless pursuit of desires. It encourages us to examine whether our will is leading us towards genuine happiness or trapping us in an unending cycle of craving and discontent. He suggests that we are ruled by a will that keeps us trapped in a cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. Schopenhauer's philosophy paints a sobering picture of the human condition, but it also offers a path to liberation. By understanding the nature of our will and the transient nature of our desires, we can begin to free ourselves from the will-driven cycle of life and find more lasting contentment. It's not only Schopenhauer who challenges our conventional understanding of happiness. Two other ancient philosophers, Epicurus and Marcus Aurelius, also had their unique perspectives on this intriguing subject. Let's take a journey back in time and explore their wisdom. Epicurus, a philosopher from the Hellenistic period, was often misunderstood as promoting a life of indulgence. However, his philosophy was far from it. He proposed the concept of ataraxia, a state of serene calmness achieved by reducing our desires. According to Epicurus, a life filled with simple pleasures, friendship, freedom, and contemplative thought is the key to true happiness. He believed that when we chase after unnecessary desires, we invite fear and distress into our lives. So, the path to tranquility, in Epicurean terms, is not to have more, but to need less. On the other hand, Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, echoed similar sentiments. His meditations often emphasized the impermanence of human life. Marcus Aurelius taught that our desire for wealth, recognition, and power is futile, as these are transient and beyond our control. He urged us to focus on what's within our control, our thoughts and actions. By mastering our minds and being indifferent to external circumstances, we can attain a state of tranquility and contentment. Both Epicurus and Marcus Aurelius, like Schopenhauer, suggest that our modern pursuit of happiness is misdirected. They propose a paradigm shift, a move away from consumerism and towards a simpler, more mindful existence. They argue that happiness is not a destination to be reached, but a state of being to be cultivated. In essence, these ancient philosophers invite us to question our societal conditioning. They urge us to redefine success not as an accumulation of wealth or accolades, but as a state of inner peace and contentment. They remind us that joy comes not from getting more, but from needing less. The path to true happiness, it seems, involves a shift away from external validation and towards inner clarity. So how do we break free from the treadmill of desire and find genuine fulfillment? The key lies not in achieving more, but in needing less. Not in chasing the highs, but in cultivating self-awareness. This might seem counterintuitive in a world that equates happiness with success, with consumerism. But as we've seen, this often leads to emptiness, to a never-ending cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. So, where do we start? By understanding that true fulfillment doesn't come from external validation, but from internal clarity. It's about understanding ourselves, our desires, our motivations. It's about recognizing that our unconscious drive or will controls us unless we consciously examine it. This isn't an easy task. It requires introspection, honesty, courage. It means facing our fears, our insecurities, our illusions. But it's only by confronting these that we can begin to break free from them. And what do we gain from this? Freedom. The freedom to choose our path, to not be enslaved by our desires. The freedom to live authentically, to not be swayed by societal illusions. The freedom to find joy in the simple things, to not always be chasing the next high. This idea of detachment, of needing less, isn't new. It's been championed by thinkers like Epicurus and Marcus Aurelius, who understood that happiness comes not from getting more, but from needing less. They understood that the less you chase, the more you see. It's time for a collective rethink, a shift away from the relentless pursuit of success and towards a focus on meaning, on simplicity, on shared values. It's about understanding that the pursuit of external success often leads to deeper dissatisfaction, to an endless treadmill of desire. This is the challenge we face, to reframe our understanding of happiness, to shift our focus from external validation to internal clarity, to seek meaning through self-awareness, simplicity, and detachment from societal illusions. It's not escaping our illusions that brings happiness, but confronting them. Schopenhauer's philosophy offers us a profound, authentic path to fulfillment. Fulfillment, a state of satisfaction where our desires no longer hold us captive. To achieve this, he proposes a radical idea: detachment. Detachment in this context is not about renunciation or withdrawal from life's pleasures. Instead, it's about understanding and transcending our desires, not being enslaved by them. Imagine craving for an apple and you finally get one. You savor the sweetness, the crunch, and for a moment you're content, but soon you crave another apple, then another. This cycle, this hedonic treadmill, as psychologists call it, keeps us perpetually unsatisfied. Our desires, like a mirage, keep us chasing but never reaching. But what if we could break free from this cycle? What if we could let go of that craving for the next apple? That, according to Schopenhauer, is the path to fulfillment. Schopenhauer's philosophy also calls for a conscious shift from external validation to internal clarity. We live in a culture that equates happiness with success, with consumerism. We are conditioned to believe that the more we have, the happier we'll be. But this relentless pursuit often leads to emptiness, not fulfillment. So, Schopenhauer compels us to rethink, to redefine what truly matters. He encourages us to seek meaning through self-awareness, simplicity, and shared values. Imagine a society where success is not measured by wealth or recognition, but by personal growth, by how much we understand ourselves, by our ability to find joy in simplicity, by the strength of our shared bonds. That's the kind of cultural shift Schopenhauer advocates for, a shift where we are not just consumers but conscious beings, aware of our desires and in control of our happiness. In conclusion, Schopenhauer's philosophy is not about dark truths or pessimism. It is about liberation. It is about understanding the nature of our desires and finding peace in letting go. It is about shifting from a culture of consumption to a culture of consciousness. The less you chase, the more you see. This is Schopenhauer's dark truth about happiness.